You're now listening to a Press Play Network podcast.
Hey, I'm Johnny Young Bosch, and you're listening to Nerd Flow.
Prom night dumpster baby.
All right, man. As you can probably tell, this is Nerd Flow.
You are not live right now. I know you're not.
We are live right now. We are live on Facebook.
Wait.
We are live on our Facebook page, and we are live on the Nerd Flow community page.
So
This is
let me
issue
get this-
72.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. I was singing Prom Night Dumpster Baby live just a few minutes ago.
You the one that admitted
Yeah,
to it.
you
I would have known it was you. You wouldn't have said nothing.
Okay, you're so controversial.
The baby.
You're so controversial.
No, I'm not.
You admitted it,
Yes,
so, you know.
Prom Night
There we go.
Dumpster Baby.
But again,
No more Family Guy for you.
No.
this is a podcast all about all things in nerd culture, from video games, anime, comic book stuff, you name it, we talk about it. This is Nerd Flow. It's Press Play Network podcast, of course. Please make sure you guys go check out the other shows on the Press Play Network. Spitting Game, Hip Hop Reject, just to name a few of them. All these shows are available on all major podcast platforms: Anchor, Apple, iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff. So yeah, man. And also, shout out to a lot of the new members to the Nerdflow community as well. A lot of people have been liking the official Facebook page and all that good stuff. So want to welcome you guys into joining the group, all that good stuff, and liking us. And for those who are first time listeners, please make sure you go to facebook.com/Nerdflow podcast, twitter.com. Nerdflow, Instagram.com, Nerdflow Podcast, our YouTube channel, and of course, as I said, Facebook community page, and teespring.com/stores/Nerdflow is a way to get yourself the official Nerdflow t-shirt as well. And if you didn't hear any of that, just look in the description of this episode, and we'll have links right at the bottom, and you can just click them, and yeah, you'll be in the Nerdflow community. So yeah. But yeah, man, let's kick this off.
I got a question right quick.
Yes, sir.
So I wondering, is this like a pregnant girl thing or just an extremely fat person thing to eat graham crackers and plain Cool Whip?
Wouldn't say pregnancy.
It's not a bad combination.
No, it's not. That's just a person having a fat moment, but yeah.
Yeah, the light flaky crustiness along with the fluffiness.
Hey, yeah, just a fit the only fat person on the show, huh?
Man, nobody even. Okay.
I don't want to hear.
Okay, Steph, you admit to all this stuff that nobody asked you to admit to. You admitted to say.
Exactly.
It's no fat guy person stuff. It's just your hunger. That's it. Ain't got nothing to do with fat people.
I admit, I'm a tall, skinny guy. I have a fat person moment. And I call it out and I say, okay, I'm having a fat person moment. I ate some ice cream today out the actual bucket. I was having a fat person moment. Just saying.
And again, I can't talk. I got 2 jars of cookie dough at the house, and I munch on them. So there you go. So yeah, boom. I'll put it out there.
And how you figure you the only fat person on the show when I'm like 230 pounds?
Oh, I got you beat. I'm 300. So yeah.
Oh shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Stop.
Oh my Lord. Well, y'all are just.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
I'm gonna need you to stay away from the dinner table, my boy.
I'm gonna need you to go swan dive off a cliff because I'm not. I need to eat to live, bro. Sorry. Enjoy your graham cracker and Cool Whip, man.
No, I always saw that on Instagram. That's why I asked.
Okay.
Don't try that at home.
Like, I don't even like Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I can. Cool Whip has its moments.
Cool Whip is good at one thing, and that's in my mama icebox cake.
Oh no, those are awesome.
Haven't had ice
And banana
cakes.
pudding.
Hadn't had an icebox
Oh, yeah,
cake
and banana.
since our friend Udi Mom made one for Thanksgiving. That's the last time I had one, and that was I still remember to
A
this.
chocolate icebox cake.
Huh?
It was a chocolate icebox cake.
No, I think it was chocolate. I don't remember. I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was chocolate.
The two my mom make a bomb chocolate icebox cake and a superb strawberry icebox cake.
Yeah, I can't recall if it was chocolate. No, I don't remember, but I know that shit was good as hell though.
Then it's triple layer.
All right, man. So let's get into things. Let's talk about Batwoman. So, new seasons is slowly but surely approaching for the fall season for a lot of the CW Arrowverse shows. And last week, after we recorded, the news came out that they found the young lady that's going to be playing Batwoman in the Arrowverse crossover for this season of all the Arrowverse shows. And for those who've been under a rock or don't watch CW or they just think CW is for teeny bopper girls, that is Arrow, The Flash, DC Legends of Tomorrow, yeah, and Black Lightning probably gonna end up being in there at some point, some way. But yeah, man. So we got Batwoman. Also, yeah, Supergirl as well. Yeah, Batwoman's been casted. Her name is Ruby Rose. Is the young lady that's been casted as Batwoman. And just from the looks of it, I haven't seen anything she's been. At least I don't recall, but I think she's in John Wick 2. So, and I saw
John Wick 2.
Orange is the New Black.
That Vin Diesel.
Yep.
Orange
yeah,
is
she's
the
a
New
chick
Black.
in the
That's
new
what
in the triple.
was
Not,
first on.
They should say Triple X. It wasn't a reboot. It was just
yeah.
Talking about the movie
sequel.
with Vin Diesel and Donnie Yen.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was in there, so she has some experience with action roles. That's always kind of like the thing though with like with some female actors, if they're not like very physical or they don't do a lot of physical roles, it's kind of hard to see them like somebody casted that's not really physical in previous roles to pitch them being like a superhero or something. So what's everybody's thoughts on this casting?
Oh, that's perfect casting.
Oh yeah.
So I'm wondering,
It
what I'm
was
wondering is
perfect.
I wonder what's going to be the premise of this crossover, because all the crossovers, basically they bleed over to one show to the next show to the next show, and they culminate on, at the end of that week and stuff like that. Because like last season we had Crises on Earth X, where we had evil versions of like the Arrow, Supergirl. You had Reverse Flash, which wasn't necessarily really evil. He was just being his normal self. Let's see who else.
Wait a minute, was that from? I think I saw something like that in Supergirl where Flash, with Barry and Iris was getting buried and they wedding was crashed or something like that.
Yeah, they was about to get married and the wedding got crashed. That's how it kicked off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's like the four. And then the one before that was like the Attack of the Dominators. I think that was during the time when Barry had did when he went back in time and he jacked up a bunch of shit, and that's what caused that whole thing.
As always.
Yup, always messing with time. Damn Flash.
Damn it, Barry.
But yeah, man. So we got that. Then we got Mulan.
Yes.
So screenshots leaked today. Actress known as I'm gonna butcher her name because it's like an Asian name. See if I got it. Had it somewhere here. Does anybody know what she's in? Because she looks very familiar.
Well, actually, I think she's new to the scene.
Yeah.
That's even better, actually.
It's If she is in something, like I said, it's over there in China, more than likely.
I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but
I just take a shot at it because I'm gonna mess it up.
I don't want to. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up either.
You good, man? Just go ahead.
Go for it.
Well,
no, I know it's like Lou something.
Lou.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look this name up. Let me say,
Crystal Lou? Hold on. Also known as Crystal Lou.
All this anime on this show, and can't nobody pronounce no Asian names yet. I'm just.
that's why I'm trying to.
Look, in our defense, anime is something like over there mainly dealing with Japan.
Liu Yifei.
Like this is Chinese.
There we go. That's good enough.
Her name is Liu Yifei.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the young lady that's playing the role of Mulan.
I can see it.
So yeah,
Okay.
And her resemblance, I mean, how they have her dressed up in the actual screenshot, it's promising, man. It's like a lot of people kind of like, they said that they're not going to have as much singing. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of musicals in general. I honestly wholeheartedly hate musicals, even as a kid, and not even as an adult. It was as a kid I couldn't stand them.
Who are you?
I don't like musicals. I like music, just not movies that sing to me.
So Jet Li is also casted in Mulan.
And Donnie Yen.
Oh, cool.
Okay, here go a list of movies she's been in. She was in the Forbidden Kingdom with Jackie Chan, Once Upon a Time, Return of the Condor, Never Gone, Third Way Love, Chinese Paladin, Chinese Ghost Story, Hanson
She played in the TV show Once Upon a Time?
Oh,
The Four, Night Peacock, Demigods and Semi-Devils, The Assassins. This is like a bunch of Chinese stuff. She played in Chinese Widow, Outcast, White Vengeance, Kingdom of the Fourth Part 3, For the Love of Money. That was Asian. Lawless Kingdom.
That sounds like such a black movie. Just saying, man. I was trying to be stereotypical, but I'm saying For the Love of Money sound like black movie.
Yeah, she was in a lot of Chinese movies, so she was Bruce Lee before Bruce Lee blew up in America.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay.
Hopefully she blow up.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys remember, like a few weeks or a month back when we got to talk about how the storyline was going to go with this. We know that, like you said, it's not going to be a musical, and they also are bringing in new characters, and we're also losing some familiar characters. Like there won't be a Mushu, there won't be a Li Shang, which has everybody pissed. Because, we won't see their relationship with Mulan and Lee.
Okay.
That kind of what made the story, But besides from the romantic part.
The love story part?
The love story part, but I'm talking about
it's a distraction.
Well, you know what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to do a thing where they're trying to hit a Frozen, in a sense, because in Frozen, that was everybody kept saying this is the first movie that that the main character was not focusing on a relationship and getting married and wanting to be a princess and all this type of stuff.
Neither was Mulan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They want to kind of keep. It sounds like they want to kind of keep that feel of women empowerment and make her seem really, really strong. And Young, I'm glad you're typing that right. I'm glad you're typing that right now because you literally read my mind.
So that's why you feel
if it's one Disney cartoon I literally hate to the core of me.
We know.
And that's Frozen. I feel like somebody needs to just freeze this shit and throw it off a river.
Well, you don't need to go to the movies in November.
Why you say that?
Yeah, it's a Frozen too.
Well, I don't believe it. No, not this November, but we are going to be receiving a cameo from her when we go see the new Wreck-It Rock movie.
Oh, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
I
new
ain't seen the first one.
Oh, Wreck-It Ralph was awesome. I don't know what you
I ain't seen the first one. Like, y'all,
It was really good.
I'm a kid at heart, but it's just some stuff I can't wrap my head around.
Especially if you're
like Frozen.
So,
Now, how you watch Frozen and then watch Wreck-It Ralph? Because
I've never seen. I mean, I've never even seen Frozen. Like, I've seen the stage play at Disney, but that's it.
That doesn't count. That does not count.
I've never seen the movie. I done heard Let It Go over 200 trillion times, but that's about it.
Yeah, that kind of unless you have that real power hour moment. Like this is all
I'm not
about
watching
me.
that movie. I'm a
No,
classic
Wreck-It
geek.
Ralph is good.
Yeah.
Give me the first what? I watched Cinderella, Snow White, Little Mermaid, Lion King, Bambi, Dumbo. Like, I'm the old school Disney movie. First
So
Toy
basically,
Story.
you're
Toy
the
Story.
Disney Renaissance movie watcher. You're a Renaissance watcher.
Yeah, I watch a new Toy Story if it come out.
Don't want to see it.
Why not?
And the Incredibles. I like the
because
Incredibles too.
it's a different story and it doesn't even continue with the kid that we've been dealing with for the past 3 movies.
Man, Andy grown.
I don't give a crap. They did Winnie the Pooh with that freaking weird shit.
Hold on, I kind of enjoyed the new Christopher Robin movie.
Winnie the
Yeah,
that bear looked creepy.
No, you know what
That's
got
why you
me?
laugh because you know it's true.
Shut up. Let me talk. Okay. You know what really got me? They made Eeyore extra emo. It pissed me off. They made him
Eeyore is
Like-
emo though.
they made him extra emo. Like he
cool.
really he was just like ready to die emo. Like, come on now. He wasn't
I
that
ain't
sad.
sad.
He the poster boy for Hot Topic.
Like hot topic emo.
Wait, hey, at least it's not like, Spider-Man 3 emo Peter Parker. Just saying.
Oh my
we
god.
don't talk about that.
I never want to speak of that. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Oh, God.
I just felt kind of froggy just then, so I felt like saying it.
Right along with that Venom.
I heard Andrew Garfield trying to make his way back into the Marvel universe somehow.
He could be Nova. It's perfect for him. He can be Nova. There we go.
Like, he hadn't said, he just said he would like to be back in Marvel movies.
Yeah, because let's be real. He got snubbed only because it was a Marvel decision. He got snubbed. He ain't do no wrong. He wasn't a bad Spider-Man or nothing like that. He just the victim of bad writing.
Yeah.
So I can see him as Nova once they bring James Gunn back, because I feel like that's gonna be a thing with the way things have been talked about lately.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I don't think because
Get ready for woman power.
You said what?
Get ready for female marches against Disney. They finna have boycott Disney and all that. Watch.
Man, nerds.
It ain't about females. It's all about kids.
Yeah.
And who are the biggest proponents? The kids.
Oh, people! I have no doubts that people still want to go and see it. Like, come on.
Look, man, people still support R. Kelly, so I'm just saying. All the stuff he even did, this boy made a 20-minute song about all the stuff he did, and yeah, he still ain't got locked up.
About pedophile.
Yeah, thank you. He made it.
Trapped in the
come on.
closet.
Exactly.
With the closet.
He been coming out the closet for years.
Trolls in the closet.
Yeah, with skeletons.
Exactly.
Lots of
Just throwing them out. Spring cleaning.
Ooh, this one got an ashy one.
What?
You heard me.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
I beg your
okay.
damn pardon.
Let's talk about new James Bond. Let's talk about that. Idris Elba.
White America finna lose they shit.
No,
But he just
no. This is why.
He addressed that he wasn't.
This is why it's not. First of all, the director said that's over the James Bond movies. Said that it's time for a black Bond. Number two, he's British. He's basically white. And three,
Watch white America lose they shit.
I love it when they do that too.
And three, Daniel Craig does not want to play James Bond anymore. So they threw like
He's done three
lot of money
movies
at him, and he's like, no. So there ain't really. I mean, I think it's all for the good. Just saying.
How many
As much as
Americans
I like Idris, I think he's kind of too old.
I don't think
But
so.
I have-
Craig was old.
Yeah, but I have another one. Superman. Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill want to play everybody lately. He want to play The Witcher now and all this other stuff. And
But he's British too. And he's
Yeah.
younger. And he can carry out the legacy a little bit longer.
But
And
I
he
think
has the build.
I think I like the idea of a black Bond.
somewhere in America, somebody's
I don't-
saying, "Dang it, they gave him Black Panther, not James Bond. Damn it!"
Yeah. So, according to IMDb, Chris Hemsworth is supposed to be playing He-Man in the new Masters of the Universe movie.
Hey, I'm fine with that
I
too.
can see that.
I'm fine with
I
that
can
too.
see that. He's already basically played it with Thor. I can see that.
They're basically the same thing.
Exactly.
It's
So is he
Thor
playing-
mixed with Shazam, and you have He-Man.
Exactly.
I have the power.
And we can get what's his name? What's the guy that Jennifer Lopez used to be married to?
Ben
Anthony-
Affleck? No,
Anthony. Mark Anthony.
They did not get married.
He can play Skeletor.
I said my bad.
And Mark Anthony can play Skeletor because he already look like him.
Speaking of Chris Hemsworth, he's in the new Men in Black movie too. They rebooting that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Earn it.
Like, so no more Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith just said, "Fuck it, I got enough money. I'm still working on Bad Boys 3 that we've been working on for the past, I don't know, past decade. Still waiting on it to come out.
20 years.
When did Bad Boys 2 come out?
04.
I know we were in high school, or I was in.
Yeah, this is
Oh, God.
this is Kingdom Hearts 3 all over again. Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Kingdom Hearts all over again. Okay, that's cool. As long as they haven't announced it, so they're still in goodwill right now because
Don't hurt me.
It's still up in the air.
Martin
My
just said
bad.
I'm getting.
We can
Martin
go
just said
send
I'm
you some
getting
cough
old.
drops.
For real, need some Ricola.
Nicola.
Exactly. Then we got Dead Cell. So we talked about Dead Cell last week. It's a new game. It's a game that's kind of very I would use the words that was basically used in this plagiarized review. It's a very Metroid Castlevania-ish type game. It's a side scroller game, and it's been getting very, very good marks as far as when it comes to reviews. I think it's like a 9 out of 10 or something like that. It's an indie game, but with that being said, IGN typically does reviews for games when they come out. And they're always done by, the different editors that are on the staff of IGN. Well, this one journalist from IGN was called out because, what's the name of the YouTuber? His name is Boomstick something, called him out because he had did a review on the game as well. and the reviews were very identical. And so he was saying,
Boomstick is the guy from Death Battle.
oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, so he put out a YouTube video, saying like, what should I do if, IGN plagiarized my review? And so IGN acted really quickly and fired the gentleman who plagiarized the review, and they got rid of him. So, but yeah, that just shows that you don't pay to steal somebody else, especially in this era of content creation, with media and streaming and podcasting and all that stuff. Man, you don't pay to copy somebody's, word for word, especially with a review, because 9 times out of 10, if you're looking to buy a game and you're a gamer, you're going to watch probably more than one review to get an opinion on something. And if it sounds like super duper similar, shit gonna go down. So, Snap.
What's up?
Miles Morales. I hadn't had a chance to watch the trailer yet, but give me the rundown.
I mean,
because I know he's in the trailer.
like,
that's all I know.
Yeah, it's like basically this is all the trailers he's really been in. It's like when you look at it, and many people are like speculating like it could be Miles could be getting a big role in it, and that's what something that we've been talking about for months when it came to the new Spider-Man game, that Miles should have his own type of story, considering like the roles they've been giving him when it comes to the trailer. It's like you sort of feel like he's gonna have some type of way in the game, whether as it could lead to DLC or he might be playable in the game without it being DLC. I don't know. Honestly, that's what I've been looking at when it came to this game. He has his own type of story and becoming like Spider-Man himself, but it's going to be like a lot of interaction between them.
Okay. I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer in a bunch of places, and I saw that screenshot, which I didn't know who it was, and I'm like, okay, dark skinned, it's Miles Morales. That's the only freaking dark skinned person in Spider-Man currently. So I figured that's who it was. I got a feeling too, man. I got a feeling that either probably may play a big part in it. I would really honestly like, and I know PlayStation is not too huge on DLC. That's what I have noticed about PlayStation on their single player games. Maybe they'll give us like a kind of like a side, like small story game with Miles as Spider-Man, or maybe like an actual, I don't know, like a different, like it's like a different character, a different Spider-Man to select in the Spider-Man game. Yeah, like a skin or something like that. One of those or something like that. Or maybe they could do like when they did Infamous, right? So with Infamous on PS4, they did the separate side story of the girl and told the backstory of her, and maybe they'll do something like that, like a free, it may not be like a complete attachment to the game, but you can play it standalone by itself. So if you just care, you want to just play the Miles Morales story itself, and you just, it's separate from the game, except you don't have to have the core game to play it. Something like that.
See, I'm looking at like skins, or considering with the Into the Spider-Verse movie coming out, you got Spider-Gwen in that movie. Now, I figured, it'd be dope to have both of them in the game as either skins, or like you said, like a side story or whatnot. But that's what made me have a little bit of hope of Miles being in the game, especially how heavily advertised he is other than Peter. So
Here's another thing too. Okay, so let's talk about like Marvel games real quick. So, man, why can't we? Okay, as big and as powerful as Marvel is getting and becoming even more, DC Universe Online has been around since like 2012, 13, something like that. And that game is still jumping as an online game. Why can't we get a Marvel game like that? That just constantly stays because they constantly stay up to date with new missions and all that stuff, and like you create your own superhero, and it's free roaming, and it's mass, it's an MMO type of like DC Universe game, and that game, like I said, that game is still going till this day. Like, why can't we get that in the Marvel form? Like all their games, like I know they re-released I don't know if you guys saw it on any of the on PSN or Xbox Live, they re-released like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And then, like, not too long ago, it was out for a while on the store, and then all of a sudden, somebody said that I saw an article that said they just, like, disappeared off the store. Not sure why, but they did. But yeah, I just wonder why we can't get a game like that from Marvel to capitalize on all this, you know, Infinity War and all this stuff that's going on. Any thoughts?
Like a video game that will help complement the movies that we get.
Yeah, because like as a fan, you know, the ultimate compliment to like watching an experience like an Infinity War or something like that, or whatever the case may be, especially if you're a gamer, to be able to go home and kind of play either those similar or same experiences in a, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Like we've all had that one movie where they have like a video game to come out along with it to help complement, but they've usually come out and they were crappy looking. Like the graphics weren't perfect. Like
they just do really bad.
Yeah. So how would you even begin to like put that into development, especially after like you put so much thought into like a movie?
Yeah. Well, you can't. One thing, you can't rush the timeline. You almost kind of have to put the game in development, because I mean, movies take, I mean, give or take, I mean, if you're counting the writing process and scripts and all
a good
that stuff,
4 years.
Right. So I think they should even, like, if a game is going to become, or a movie is going to become a game, you should probably start getting a studio while you're doing the writing process, so y'all can bounce ideas off of one another, and shoot, maybe those ideas may influence the movie a little bit as well, but it gives them more time versus then like giving them 2 years to make a video game, which is really not enough time to make.
Yeah, but it's not like they always go with the storyline, even if they do get the script for the story, just to get like their own idea of what they could do with the video game. Because think about, like, what's the like perfect proximity of time for video game? Like, how many hours of gameplay do you get?
You typically, on a good game, I mean, it really depends. I mean, if it's just like a game that's kind of catered to the movie or something like that, it's probably maybe like I'd say probably about an 8 to 10 hour experience at most. Probably a little bit more, just really depending on the game. I mean, the only game that's really done like super duper well that was based on a movie was the Wolverine video game back on the PS3, I believe it was, or 2.
I used to play the one, like, do you guys remember the one that came out on Xbox? It was like when he was like, it was a separate video game, but it was based from the X-Men movie. Like, it had nothing to do with this. Like I said, it had nothing to do with the script, but it was pretty decent because it was like,
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, you got to experience when he first got the adamantium put into his body, and he was just going savage and killing everybody that was involved.
I think that was the X-Men Origins one that was based. That was I think that might have been the one that actually was the good one. That's the only like good movie to game that's like ever been made. It came out when the movie came out, and it was actually a really good game. Everything else always sucked, which is why Spider-Man, for example, is completely separate from the MCU Spider-Man that we're dealing with right now. So, perfect example.
This you know talking about like the Sam what was the director's name? Sam
Raimi? No, we ain't talking about that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope. I mean, those games were, during that time, like the Sam Raimi, those games were decent. They weren't horribly bad, because there's been a lot worse.
Yes.
The movies just went up. We ain't even talking about the movies. Snap. So tomorrow, WWE 2K19 is supposed to be making an announcement tomorrow in relation to the game that has something to do with Daniel Bryan.
I know exactly.
And it may be a showcase. It may be a showcase.
Have his own
showcase.
It's a showcase. It's a showcase. Because the thing is, they figured probably around the time they was gonna get started on the new game after last year, they figured he was just gonna end up like just staying retired, or he's gonna just end his career because his contract's supposed to have been up this year, I believe.
Yeah, it ends in is it September? Yeah, I think it ends in September this year.
So I don't know if Brian's gonna sign another contract, but the mode, yeah, they were gonna basically just have showcase mode around him, especially based off the fact that WrestleMania this year was in New Orleans, which is where he had his famous World Championship reign in. But did you see the screenshot of AJ so far?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw this. So the first, they had one from the side, and they had one like a frontward one that they showed of it.
Yeah. So what's your opinion of it?
I mean, graphics haven't really changed that drastically much. I mean, with WWE 2K, it's in the same realm. Like, we play it every year. We're in the same boat as people that play Madden every year, in a sense. They're always, You're going to play it because you love it and you like it. But you know, deep down, if you really break it down, it's like they're really like small incremental changes that they do and stuff like that. For the most part, I'm always just more hype about like new talent that gets to get put on the game finally, and then not a creation. But for the most part, I mean, that's mostly it. I mean, I really would like for them to like kind of like showcase mode. You got your my player stuff, and I wish they would just go ahead and just do a GMO and be done with it. And I honestly wish they would add. So you know, like the supercar games, right? That you play on mobile. I wish they would actually integrate that into the game. Like do like a WWE Ultimate Team within the game as a side game as well. Because man, dude, I know people that like invest money into FIFA Ultimate Team and Madden Ultimate Team, and they are like hardcore about that. Shoot,
I think you said something about doing something like that a while ago. Actually, we were talking about I think we were talking about like the review for 2K18. I guess when the game came out last year, I remember you saying something about that. You wanted to have that in the game.
Yeah, they should. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like, okay, so like with wrestling and stuff, there's nothing wrong with like,
you know what the difference is between those games and 2K18, which you just named?
What?
Difference. FIFA and Madden are EA games. That's why they got Ultimate Teams. FIFA, 2K18 is made by Sega, so that's going to infringe on ideas from.
No, that's not really a idea, because I mean, if you break it down as broad as the idea is basically microtransactions. That's another way to make money within the game.
Though, if they come in and say something, they're gonna have to rename it, and they're gonna have to make mechanics of it totally different, because if EA sees that they come in with something called the Ultimate Team,
2K already does have it already. 2K NBA 2K already has it, because I had a customer I was dealing with, and he came in, wanted to pre-order NBA 2K19 for his son, and like he ordered like whatever the highest deluxe edition was for NBA 2K, and he only wanted it because it gives him some kind of like high valued player that's on like an actual like an Ultimate Team card that they have in 2K. So they have the card thing going in 2K.
Yeah, they have my players and stuff like that. That's what they system called. But it's totally different from how the Ultimate Team setup is on EA games. It's totally different. It can't go about because you can't take it, you can't go about the same mechanics as EA. EA already battling with 2K, so they can't follow the same patterns.
Well, man, they can. I mean, the WWE Supercard that's on mobile right now is the same exact thing of Supercard. You get a starter pack of cards of whoever, make your own roster, and you take that same, you basically build a team, and you do matches against people online. It's the concept is the nobody has really trademarked that idea. It's a version of Ultimate Team. Somebody you can just name it different, and you don't really infringe on the idea. You infringe on the idea. It's the same concept, yes, but
that's what I'm saying. The mechanics and everything have to be different.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like if you did it exactly the way EA did it, they could sue.
Because if you think about it, Ultimate Team is basically a broken down version of franchise mode that we used to play in Madden. They just took it and gave cards and gave the card stats. And you have like a gajillion probabilities of different ratings of a particular player. It's basically like franchise we used to play, but it's just they put cards to it and they put real money involved, and it's basically what it is. It's basically franchise. And the same thing they do with FIFA. It's basically franchise for the most part. Just take physical cards of physical players and make it digital, and there you go. So, let's see. Let's talk about anime. Season 7 of Voltron.
So season 7 of Voltron was so dope. The fight scenes were so dope. The background story, like if you haven't even seen season 1 of Voltron, this is the best rendition of Voltron. Like it's better than the original series, everything, because it starts from the beginning and it goes through so many they go through so many trials and tribulations. You get to see Voltron evolve in certain aspects. You get to see the characters evolve. So, like, I suggest for it to be checked out if you have never seen it. And season 8 might be out the next 3 to 6 months.
Man.
And it's on Netflix, but it's like really dope because to me, Voltron, the way Voltron is done, I feel like that's how any new Gundam series that come out should be done. I feel like it should be done in the same art style and everything. And anything animated that has to do with mechs or robots or anything that fuse together or anything of that nature needs to be done in that art style. And you have to, I mean, this Voltron has great character development. It has a great story, everything. Like, it's just like so dope. And but I got a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So in this new Dragon Ball Broly movie, do y'all think anybody is gonna die?
Frieza. That's basically that's the only person I can say can easily die in this whole movie.
And us not really care and don't want him back.
So y'all think this is gonna be
mainly
kill Frieza off?
Like
possibly.
Young, I don't know if you remember this, John, but like a while back when the Tournament of Power was going on, especially like the closing moments of the tournament, he said it would be cool to make Frieza a good guy. And when you look at how it is now, it's like, how would you want Frieza to be like? How would you want him now? Would you want him to be a good guy?
Well, in this movie, he's not a good guy. In this movie, he's not a good guy because he thinking like, he just helped Goku defeat Jiren in order to ensure his survival. Because he was more scared of Jiren than he was of Goku. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes, sir.
That's the logic Frieza was going off of. In this movie, Frieza was trying to use Broly in order to kill Goku. So that may backfire on him going off. If you think Frieza gonna die, that may backfire on him trying to use Broly to kill Goku.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go at. Like, especially how I guess the trailer for the movie went and how shocked like he felt like he was gonna end up like giving Broly a challenge, but Broly became too much of him, and he's not even a Super Saiyan, and he's fighting him. Yeah.
And see, that's what Vegeta said in the trailer. As him and Broly was fighting, he was like,
he's learning as he fights.
Yeah. So, like, I think I got a feeling this movie is gonna be good. I just hate the fact when Dragon Ball Super come back out, when the anime come back out, they gonna just do the whole movie over again in the anime.
That reminds me, and that's another thing. I was talking to a friend of mine, Steve. He was saying how he feels the movie's gonna end. He feels that the movie's gonna end on a cliffhanger. Like he felt like the scene where Broly was coming out the ground was gonna actually lead to basically it's gonna stop right there. The movie's gonna end right there. He was saying based off the fact that the movie at first said that it was gonna talk about the origins of the Saiyans and whatnot, but he looked at the time restraint of it. It's like what, 2 hours? He was like, how can you fit all that in Broly's story all into 2 hours? And everybody wants to know everything about the Saiyans, and that's what was supposed to be advertised.
But
So, quick question on the Dragon Ball subject: what's is the what you call it still going? The what's the thing? Dragon Ball Heroes.
Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of took the stance one on. I'm just kind of like waiting until it's done, whenever it's done, and just watch it all at one time. Because I'm like, when I was like, first episode's 8 minutes, the other one's 7. I'm just gonna wait for the whole thing and just watch it in probably the span of 40 minutes because that's what I feel like it's going to be.
Like the way they doing it, I feel like they broke it down to 8 minutes to be like cut scenes from a game.
Yeah.
Like 7 to 8 minute cut scenes from a game. And I feel like that's what they trying to do because the only reason they brought it out was to promote the Dragon Ball Heroes game, which they only doing it to promote in Japan because it's an arcade game and people around America think arcades are lame, which I throw middle fingers to them because Dragon Ball Heroes came out here, I would be in the arcade. At least once a week.
Yeah, at least once a week. Hey, so I remember you showed us I think it was you or was it Sid that showed us the arcade, the +1 thingy with the arcade game, the extra freestanding one you can get.
Yeah, the 60-pound one.
Yeah. So GameStop is selling them. They're $2.99, and you can pre-order them, and they come with like 4 games, like I think like 4 or 5 games pre-built into them.
Interesting.
Yes.
I should get this.
I saw the advertisement on GameStop when I was on the app, and I'm like, wait, what? And then I was like, wait, what? It's only $2.99? And I want the Street Fighter one because I can get like 4 Street Fighter games in one freestanding thing. I'm just like, this is amazing.
I should buy this.
It's a console pretty much, but it's a very good. I've always wanted a freestanding arcade game in my house.
Yeah, I don't have a room where I stay at now, so I'm going to have to wait on that until I move.
I need
more details.
Like basically, dude, it's 60 pounds, and on top of that, you don't have to put a coin in it, dude. Like,
nope.
No, you don't have to put a coin in it.
Like who wants that?
I'm just saying.
I mean, to me, if you had to put a coin in it, that's just the easy way to save money.
Start banking.
It's a piggy bank / what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since we on this subject, I finally found information to that little device that I was talking about.
What little device?
Remember when I said they came out with something to where they put like maybe like 1,000 games on it that we used to grow up on? Like think of like all.
What you talking about? A Raspberry Pi?
A what?
I know it's one device called a Raspberry Pi that you can upload a bunch of games to.
Just got instant.
Well, well, the device that I'm talking about, well, it's called a Retro Mini. Because I kept coming across it because y'all know I used to have like the old Game Boy games.
You talking about the thing that got at GameStop? That
no, I don't.
That Retron thing?
No, I don't think that's it. But it has like all of the Genesis games, all the SNES video games. It's kind of like already downloaded to it. But the thing is that it's handheld, portable. And
I put the thing in the chat.
No. Oh, okay, I see that. And it only costs like $60. And I haven't really found like a review for it.
Wait till tax season hits.
So it's like having a Game Boy all over again, but with everything on it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that, and I've also been wanting you've seen the Superboys, right?
No.
Superboys have been around for a minute. It's basically, imagine a Super Nintendo controller that's big and bulky, but you can put in a Super Nintendo cartridge and play old Super Nintendo games.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that. Did that come out in the 90s?
No, that's like very recent. You can actually go on Amazon right now and probably buy one.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, I saw somebody, I remember it was a streamer that I watched, got one. I was like, oh, what the heck is that? And I'm like, oh, I want one.
And I also found out that besides from like the whole Retro Mini, there are people who are manufacturing their own thing by taking apart, like, say for instance, if you had like the old Game Boy and a Game Boy Advance, and they just took all the parts out and combined it into one.
Freaking making a hodgepodge system.
Kind of. It just caught my interest, and I was like, where can I get this?
Hell yeah. I need to pick up the actual the retro Super NES and NES that I have at my place of employment, because
so they really don't cost them. Those Superboys don't really cost that much, but
I put them in the chat. Like $61.
Yeah, I just was looking.
That's what I was talking about.
That was you talking about? Okay,
so,
yeah, Superboy. Yeah, that's it. Superboy. Yeah, that's it. Like $60. I heard they're pretty. They're pretty decent though.
I think I know why I thought it came from the 90s, because you can play the old
old games on it.
Yeah.
No, that's current. Like, if you still got cartridges, or like if you like in Houston, man, you got like Games Plus or what is it, Movie Trade?
I love this. I love this spot.
They have all the old throwback games there. You just go in there and go rack up for probably about $20. You probably leave out with a freaking whole catalog of games.
Yeah, I think I got a few numbers. One time when I went to visit, I know they had some movies that I wanted. They were like, it was like the perfect bargain. So like, grab.
Heck yeah. So I gotta
plus old video games. Come on.
Yeah,
all right, y'all. So
Nintendo is definitely cracking down on freaking ROMs now.
So how much was that Super Smash Brothers pack they came out with the multi-tap and the GameCube controller?
GameCube controller, it's about $100, I think.
Okay.
I think it's like 109, because I had somebody I showed to a friend of mine at work, and he saw it and he was like, okay, I gotta get that. And we looked it up, and I think it's like 109.
Yeah, I'm looking on Amazon for GameCube controllers, and so you can slick get them a little cheaper.
I still own a GameCube controller, so I can just go into my box and just be like that, and I just need whatever the adapter is to make it work.
Yeah. Well, the multi-tap that comes with it allows you to plug in original GameCube controllers, because that's what the multi-tap, those circle plugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the multi-tap looks like.
Oh, okay.
And then Amazon got 2 GameCube controllers for $17.98.
There you go.
So, yeah, I might go that route when I get Smash Brothers. Just order my joysticks ahead of time and get Smash Brothers.
Speaking of Smash Brothers, Luigi's dead. If you didn't know,
Luigi,
He's not dead.
they showed a video of him getting his throat slashed by the Grim Reaper.
yeah, but his soul went back into his body. It was just a reason for them to promote Castlevania characters.
I know, but still, just he did.
I mean, but that was kind of dark for the beat.
Yeah, well, that
Nintendo.
dude, yes, that was very dark for Nintendo to do that. They didn't cut away or nothing. They just like blade the throat, done.
Yeah, I saw it too. He's alive to me. Okay, that's all I got to say.
The blade just snatched his soul completely out, like cut his soul out like Shanks.
Just sold his mind. All right, man. Let's talk. So they showed a teaser for the Kim Possible television movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming 2019. That's a bit time away to show me a teaser, though. Just saying. I feel like I should.
It was a short teaser. They weren't really.
Especially for a TV movie.
Yeah, no, it was like a really short. Like it was like a really, really, really short clip. I mean, if I felt like if you don't give me a teaser now in August, this may be coming out in December. This is how I feel about it.
It was really supposed to be like an homage to the opening credits. Like I saw what they were trying to do, but you just get how many? It was like 15 seconds long, maybe.
Roughly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not. I thought it was gonna be like an actual movie. That's something I'm not gonna watch.
So it's not really.
I want no reason to watch Disney Channel. I'm sorry. I couldn't even tell you what channel Disney is in Greenville.
You know what? I don't know either. You know how we have other ways of watching television.
Streaming taking over. We just want to
streaming,
Okay.
streaming on apps and stuff.
So I can say it out loud. I can say it out loud.
Yeah.
What? I don't know, man. Can you? All right.
The Cape people, they hear us, they gonna be shady.
Yeah. All right. So we got Marvel. So today announced that Marvel Runaways season 2 will be premiering this year. Be coming back. I think it's December 21st. I believe is what the date is. So the small premise of the season 2 is going to be the Runaways are going to be trying to figure out how to survive on their own while still trying to take down Pride. So if you saw season 1, you know what Pride is. If you don't, you're probably like, what the heck are we talking about? But yeah. So that's going to be season 2. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. It's a really good show. Seriously, solely really, really underestimated that show, but it's a really, really good show. It'll be 13 episodes dropping all at once. I think when it initially came out with Runaways, they were doing it like kind of like a network where they were dropping 1 episode a week. So they're going to just do the binge way and just drop it all at one time. James Wan confirms no Justice League cameos. Can we elaborate?
Where's Tink? This right up her alley.
Mm-hmm. Tink and this.
Where is he? Did we lose Tink?
Tink fell asleep on us.
Nah, she wouldn't.
She like, y'all ever talking about video games stuff? I'm gonna go sleep.
She's still alone though.
Yeah, she was still on, unless she like stepped away and her mic is muted. Okay, we'll come back to that. Marvel movies. So Ant-Man and the Wasp will be the last movie coming to Netflix before they all freaking make their way over to what will be the Marvel streaming service. So after this, we won't be getting. So I assume that we're probably getting Infinity War on Netflix at some point down the road. I have a feeling they're probably not gonna put that on Netflix though. That movie is too valuable in revenue to just slap it on to put it on Netflix. But speaking of Infinity War, it drops tomorrow on physical Blu-ray, DVD, all that good stuff, whatever you have. So that will be coming out tomorrow. I actually want the steel book, but I'm not going to be at work tomorrow, so I'm going to have to get somebody to hijack one for me. What else we got here? Let's see here. So WB is developing a Supergirl movie, and I don't know how I feel about this one. Supergirl. I don't understand. I can't okay. So with all of the stuff that's been going on with DC, I just don't understand why they keep trying to add in more characters. They just need to really kind of nail down what they have first before they try to introduce Supergirl or any other new characters for that matter. Any thoughts on that?
Need to be working on how they gonna get the Justice League right.
I think Justice League is kind of in the can, not in the can, but it's a thing of the past, and they're gonna just move forward.
Bro, when I read, I was reading online, researching why they added Cyborg instead of Martian Manhunter, it blew my mind because of how dumb the reasoning was. Because Martian Manhunter was in the Supergirl series, they did not want to add him into the movie.
That's always
Cyborg.
That's always been. That's I could tell you from watching a lot of the DC shows. That's always been. I don't know whose standpoint that is, but that's always been their logic. And it's the dumbest logic that they ever have. And I wish somebody could literally show Marvel and DC that you can have a connected world from film and TV.
The TV. And that's the reason why Cyborg is not in Titans. They just really screwed up stuff because Cyborg was originally a Teen Titan. Right. Martian Manhunter was originally in the Justice League. So, we're not talking Super Friends because, according to the timeline, Super Friends is totally different from Justice League. So, Martian Manhunter is nowhere in the Super Friends. But Justice League, you got Martian Manhunter. So, Cyborg, I felt especially how emo he was in Justice League, belonged with the Titans. He belonged with teenagers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very true. It almost wish if they would have just not have pushed Justice League out so hard and fast like they did, and if they would have just kind of
even if you didn't use Martian Manhunter, you could have went with Hawkman or Hawkgirl. You could have went with and it messes up. So you mean tell me Green Arrow ain't part of the Justice League? Flash ain't part. That would oh yeah, Flash was in the movie. They had Flash in the movie. So screw that logic. You had Flash in the movie, and Flash got his own TV show.
That is the exact point I was getting to as well. It's you can't. Well, we got a Gotham TV show, and you got Batman in the movie too.
Well, Batman ain't showed up in Gotham, so.
But it's the kid himself. Whatever, same difference. Same difference.
I mean, you ain't
outside of the movie.
You got young Bruce Wayne, so they really don't count. He ain't went to Batman yet. But at the same time, I feel like I want to walk in studios and just uppercut people because, at least with the Avengers, like they went the route of where it didn't conflict with the TV shows. It didn't mess up too many. It didn't mess up too many timelines or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like with Teen Titans, when you think, okay, so even though Titans ain't gonna be for kids, but when you think Titans, you don't even think Nightwing. You think Robin, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg. Like, that's just what comes to your mind when you think Teen Titans.
Right.
And when you think Justice League, you think Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Yeah, like I think they just threw their hands up with the Green Lantern thing.
I think they did too. It's like, but you threw in when you showed the flashback for the war. Oh, Green Lanterns exist in our world. Like, but you didn't put a Green Lantern in the movie, so it doesn't really matter. Stop trying to tie crap together when you ain't got the person that's in there that matters most.
Like, that would have made more sense to me. Like, when you went back and Flash and you saw they did that flashback and they showed the Green Lantern, it would have made more sense to have a Green Lantern in the Justice League rather than Cyborg. And I know they want to have, and then you could have did Jon Stewart. If you just wanted to have a black person in there, you could have did Jon Stewart.
Could have hit the boy comment up, just saying. Just throwing shit at the wall.
I wish I had like it's time like this. I wish I had like Vegeta powers, and I'm talking about Saiyan coming to Earth. Vegeta powers, like it's just like I would just go on a spree of just going to movie studios and throwing 2 fingers up, lifting 2 fingers, and just blowing the whole studio up.
Yeah, man. But with that being said, though,
like
man,
I'm disappointed. Lift 2 fingers, the whole studio just go up in flames.
But with that being said, though, I mean, they're trying to fix the course, so we'll see where we'll have to give them some time to see what happens, though. I know we had some other stuff we wanted to get into, but I think we're gonna hold a couple things for issue 73. So we're gonna go ahead and like wrap issue 72 of Nerd Flow. Please make sure you guys follow all of our social media from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys join the Facebook community group as well. Again, shout out to all the new people who joined, like the page, and also join the community, all that good stuff. And if you are part of the Facebook community as well, please make sure that you add all your friends and fellow nerds and all that good stuff. Add them to the group. And but yeah, man, we're gonna get out of here for issue 72 of Nerd Flow, and we're out.
All right, boy.
All right.
Did you say Fruit Loops?
Yep, Fruit Loops.
Not Reese's Puff cereal.
Man, where did T go?
Reese's.
Either that or Tink had what you call on mute, and she didn't realize we were. She really.